WZMQ 19's Washington Bureau works for you.
And we deliver.
Quality information straight from Capitol Hill. Only on WZMQ 19 News. The Upper Peninsula's news CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the prosecution and defense have made their closing statements in the trial of Tavares Jackson, accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend in Delta County. Plus, Michigan Republicans aim to make big changes to the state's energy policy. We'll hear what they're looking to accomplish. And a major voting reform bill is sparking heated debate on Capitol Hill. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP. This is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. Let me tell you, it's been rough, but as I'm looking out the windows of our studio right now, it's not looking too bad.
Yeah, Kevin, good evening. We've got some sunshine past that snow that happened for today. Hopefully everyone got to and from their destinations all right. We have some extra and fresh snow on our 19 News Skycam, but some breaks in the cloud cover are allowing for some sunshine, which will be nice. It'll help to melt some of it, but it's still cold with those temperatures below freezing. But we get a break from the snow. This winter storm warning will cancel out pretty soon in the pink, but then this is new, a winter storm watch for that system that I'll be tracking for your Thursday night going into Friday. I'll break down all those details with another round of snow in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. Just over a week ago, a trial began for the Delta County man accused of murdering 22-year-old Harley Corwin, whose body was found in the woods of Ford River Township in 2023. Now the jury is working to reach a verdict. Tavares Lee Jackson faces charges of open murder, felony firearm possession, and assault intentionally causing the death of a fetus. After Jackson declined to take the stand this morning, the defense rested. This afternoon, both sides presented their closing statements. The defense argued that local police handled the investigation improperly, while the prosecution argued that investigators were extremely thorough when collecting evidence.
At least one officer in that search warrant is wearing gloves that have touched God knows what. Those gloves were not new. They were not anywhere sterile. They were regular work gloves.
They got Life 360 records, Snapchat records for 6 people, Facebook records, Google records, AT&T, Verizon records, Menard surveillance video, Walmart surveillance video.
WZMQ 19 will provide an update on this case once the jury reaches a decision. Michigan House Republicans are proposing a major overhaul of the state's energy policy. The plan would repeal parts of the Democrats' 2023 clean energy law and instead focus on lowering costs and improving reliability. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more.
This is a good one, guys.
House Republicans say their new energy plan would shift Michigan's focus back to two priorities: reliability and affordability.
Electricity is not a luxury. It heats our home in January, it keeps the lights on in our hospitals, it powers the factories that gave our state our identity.
Wenzel's proposal, Project Lighthouse, would repeal parts of the 2023 clean energy law and change how the state approves energy projects. Under the plan, the Michigan Public Service Commission would prioritize keeping energy affordable and the grid reliable when approving utility plans.
Our plan repeals the 2023 green energy mandates and restores a common sense approach that allows engineers, not politicians, to determine how to keep power reliable and affordable.
House Speaker Matt Hall says current policies have driven up costs for ratepayers.
We're going to force the utilities to lower their rates by $1 billion. That's going to wipe out all their rate increases since 2023.
The plan would also end a program Wenzel says allows utility bill money to fund advocacy groups involved in energy policy debates.
Your utility payment should keep your lights on, not bankroll organizations you never voted for.
House Republicans say their plan could save the average household about $500 a year on energy costs. The bills were just introduced and would need support from the Democrat-controlled Senate and the governor to become law. For Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
A voting reform measure that recently passed the House is becoming a flashpoint ahead of the 2026 midterms. The Save America Act would require proof of citizenship to register to vote and photo ID to cast a ballot, even though it is already illegal for non-citizens to vote in federal elections. WZMQ 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill, where Republican senators are facing enormous pressure from President Trump to pass the legislation. Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. President Donald Trump is calling the Save America Act his #1 priority, urging Republicans in Congress to get it passed well ahead of the midterms later this fall. Now, the president said Sunday that he will not sign any other bills until the Senate passes the Save America Act, and he's encouraging leaders in the Senate to utilize some relatively unconventional methods to get it done. President Donald Trump is calling on Senate leaders to use a talking filibuster to advance the Save America Act. The tool would force Democrats to actively hold the floor with continuous debate for days, weeks, or even months. Democrats would have to eventually give up to end debate, in which case the bill could pass with a simple majority.
We don't have the votes.
Majority Leader John Thune says the votes are not there to proceed with a talking filibuster. He said the Save America Act will be brought to the floor, but stopped just short of saying it's destined to fail.
I can guarantee the debate, I can guarantee a vote, I just can't guarantee an outcome.
Democrats warned the legislation would make it harder for eligible citizens to vote due to required documentation, such as a birth certificate or passport.
So if you've been married and changed your name, you'd have to go and get a new birth certificate, which usually takes weeks, if not months. It requires people to have a passport, and only about 50% of Americans have a passport. We're not against having appropriate ID to vote, but what he's doing is so discriminatory.
But one Democrat says parts of the proposal deserve discussion. You've recently expressed some openness or willingness to support that.
I'm open to this one point where it's like, I think 84% of America has no problem showing their ID to vote. I don't necessarily agree with everything part of Save America, but that's part of that conversation.
Absent the talking filibuster, Republicans would need Democratic support to reach the Senate's 60-vote threshold, unless GOP leaders decide to nuke the filibuster altogether, allowing all bills now and in the future to glide through the Senate with a simple majority.
What comes around goes around in politics, and it's not clear that the Republicans will always have the Senate. The Democrats will too. And of course, the Senate is really important, not just for legislation, but also for all those presidential appointments and judicial appointments.
And Kevin, the president is also calling for additional provisions to be included in the Save America Act, like the elimination of mail-in voting, with exceptions only for military, travel, and for illness. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always, sir. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, there's a new chiropractic office now open in Ishpeming. We'll check it out when we come back.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
Are you ready to drop your bluffs? Because the fans have spoken. It's time to
drop your bluffs. We are switching tribes.
All the work I've put in just flew out the window.
Brand new game. Literally feel like anything could happen.
Why? Why would you do this? That's insanity.
This is a huge wake-up call. Screw them all.
Light your torch for a new Survivor 50. CBS tonight at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get a new 26 Corolla or Camry with 4.99 APR financing. Or lease a Corolla for $199 a month. Or this Camry for $269 a month.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Home for CBS is WZMQ 19.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. Right now, you'll save on sectionals up to 25 to 35% off. Multi-piece sectionals make it easy to fit into any room, from apartment to apartment, and to that hard-to-get-to room in your home, because you're using smaller pieces. Multi-piece sectionals come in reclining and stationary, different shapes and sizes, and a large selection of fabric and leather to choose from. Multi-piece sectionals like this, you can make as big as you want or as small as you want. Pieces start at just $238. Shop Shunk's big winter sale today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We made it through, I'll just call it round one of the snow. We definitely have multiple rounds of some snow systems moving through for this week. So for round one in Marquette, 3.7 inches of snow, which was maybe a little less than the original warning did say, but like I said, impacts over amounts. It's still not fun to try to drive through about 4 inches of snow, whether it was 8 or 10. But we'll take the lower end of things, 27 degrees, so back down to below average, which is below freezing now at this point. But showing you this wider view, this snow system is moving on out of here. Just in the Sault Ste. Marie and Newberry and other eastern areas, you're going to see some of those light snow showers lingering for the next few hours. But things are really clearing out pretty nicely. We're getting some sunshine before sunset, and it's a nice checkpoint, a nice break before our next system. This winter storm watch for basically the entire Upper Peninsula. I think once this winter storm warning cancels out over the next few hours, that the entire area will be the winter storm watch. And it's for your Thursday night going into Friday morning through afternoon and probably stretching into the evening. So I said this was another system that I'll be watching, and this is very similar to the other one. It's going to be widespread snow where we could see some totals between maybe 4 to 6, 6 to 10, maybe 10 at most. But remember, this is throughout the entire winter storm watch, which could get upgraded to a winter storm warning. I can see that definitely happening with those snow totals being light to moderate, moderate to significant, and then those wind gusts now up to 40 miles per hour. So then we could have some issues with reduced visibility with that snow and the blowing snow for your morning and evening commutes for your Thursday evening through Friday afternoon, maybe even some issues for your Friday night as you're trying to get the weekend started. So we got to get through this another round. We're not going to see too much snow tomorrow, though. Again, this is a good time to maybe try to get out, and if there's any snow on your porch or your steps, it's a good time to clear that off before another round comes in. So I'll say maybe a few flakes for tomorrow, but that's not the issue or the next major system that I'm watching. Of course, it's this one that's going to put that winter storm watch into effect, and that's more widespread. We get some deeper blues here for some heavier snow, lasts through your Friday morning, starts to gradually taper off Friday afternoon and into the evening as we start to try to kick off the weekend. It may not be the most smooth traveling, but I think we'll still be okay. I don't think we're looking at any major snow totals. We could, though, depending on how much it wants to settle into one area. So we're in that low chance of snow for tomorrow, but like I said, Thursday night going into Friday, that's that next system that I'm watching. Make sure to tune in later tonight. I'll have more info on the exact snow totals for you. So we stay into the upper 20s, lower 30s as we go into the weekend. Snow also returns for the second half going into your Monday, and then temperatures continue to plummet. We're down to the upper teens and 20s for your St. Patrick's Day.
Kelly, thank you again. A new chiropractic office has opened its doors in Ishpeming. Milano Chiropractic cut their celebratory ribbon this afternoon. Located in the Ishpeming Country Lane, the business will offer services in spinal adjustment, cupping and muscle work, and lumbar traction care. Owner Dr. Kelly Milano says after 10 years of experience in the UP, she looks to work with not just her patients, but also local organizations to benefit well-being around the area.
So it's been something that I've thought about for the last probably 2 years. One of the things that I really want this office to be known for is community. We've got some outreaches we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at doing some stuff with the Women's Shelter, with Great Lakes Recovery, different things like that.
The office is currently taking in new patients. We'll have a link for more information on our website, WZMQ19.com. And coming up next on Insights, the Upper Poker Run returns to the Western UP this Friday. We'll get all the details in just a couple minutes.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Live outside Marquette County? Every day, recycling is free at Recycle 906. Bring your cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. One day, one trip, a cleaner Upper Peninsula. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing.
It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The Upper Poker Run makes its return this Friday. Here with the details on what to expect this year is Mary Beth DeFazio from AJ's Lodge and Oven. Mary Beth, good to see you again.
Nice to see you, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, first of all, tell us what the Upper Poker Run is all about.
Well, the Upper Poker Run actually started a few years ago with our groomer bartending event, that our signature groomer bartending, where we have groomers go behind the bar and work for tips for their club. So in 2024, with the winter that wasn't, we expanded the groomer bartending and we added the poker run, the Upper Poker Run. And this year it has grown to 25 businesses across the Western UP. So it's taken on a nice life of its own here.
Excellent. Tell us about the businesses that are taking part.
Well, there's 25 businesses. It's spread throughout Gogebic and Ontonagon County. Many of these businesses are like multi-generational businesses. And what happens is you purchase a card for $20, and then you take the card to each of the participating businesses, and you can buy the card at 24 out of the 25 businesses. You can't purchase a card at the casino, but you can get your card stamped at the casino. And you take it in, you get it stamped, and you bring your cards back to AJ's. You have 2 days to do it. It starts at Friday at 9 a.m. and it runs till 9 p.m. on Saturday. And we deal up to 10 cards. So there's up to 10 stops, but for every 5 additional stops that you go to, you get an additional card. So you could potentially have up to 13 cards. Best hand wins $1,000.
All right, good stuff. And as for the rest of the proceeds that are raised, tell us about where that goes.
Well, the proceeds that are raised will be prorated amongst the grooming clubs that have businesses that are participating in the area. So we do have groomers that will be doing the groomer bartending. So we have Stretch coming in from, he will be representing the UP Superior Snowmobile Club. He'll be bartending at 8 o'clock. And we will also have a couple other groups that will be participating. So we will take all the proceeds and we will allocate it to those clubs that have businesses participating.
Excellent. And all right, we got 25 of them this year. What does it mean for you and other organizers to see it grow so much?
It's very exciting, and we really have a very special announcement that Stretch and I are going to be making on Saturday night regarding the future of the Upper Poker Run. It's really a great way for people to get out and explore. We've had in previous years, people have taken side-by-sides in their cars. With the amount of snow that we're getting right now, it looks like we might be able to take our snowmobiles, but really it's designed to get people to get out and explore the Western UP, and also to give service industry employees an opportunity for one more week where they can work before it quiets down for the winter.
That's fantastic. And Mary Beth, lastly, my last question as we run out of time here was what it means for the businesses involved.
Well, you know, it just is a real demonstration of community partnership. So, I know that I've been out and we went to visit all of these businesses, and people were really excited to be involved, to be to be part of something, and, to really encourage people to get out and support these businesses and these grooming clubs.
All right, excellent, Mary Beth. I think that is all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us again. Looking forward to another
Thanks for
poker
having us.
run. Absolutely. Thank you again, Mary Beth. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you and have a great day.
And still to come on your 19 News tonight, Easton Zibnaska joins us for another edition of Creature Feature. We'll see the next animal he's educating us on when we come back.
Good evening. Ahead on the CBS Evening News, we are coming on the air with new details about that Iranian drone attack that killed 6 U.S. service members in the opening hours of the war with Iran. What we now know about the severe injuries that came along with it. Ahead on the CBS Evening News.
News CBS Tonight.
I'm here to challenge myself.
I really want to stay in this competition. It's $1 million.
The stakes could not be higher. For this challenge, you'll be mastering the art of meat.
I'm trying to disconnect from this thing.
This is scary. Keep cooking like that, you'll go dark.
That's like win. Why that one piece and that one bite?
Every point counts.
America's Culinary Cup. New CBS Tonight after Survivor. And streaming on Paramount Plus.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
When you live in the north, the winds blow harder, the winters last longer, and the leaves change in an instant. Every season tells its own story. That's why the roof over your head needs to protect the memories being made beneath it. At Dan Perkins, we build metal roofs that stand up to the northern elements. Because when you live in a place as untamed and wonderful as the north, your home deserves a roof that's just as enduring. Protect what matters most with Dan Perkins Construction.
Chips or cracks, we got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Nagani. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
MeTV presents Potter Poetry.
Bull cookies, horse hockey, pigeon pellets, monkey muffins. That's what she said.
Watch Colonel Potter on MASH.
Hot saucy.
Weekdays and Sundays at 7 on MeTV 19.1.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back, Easton Zibnaska.
Thank you.
Too cold, too snowy for a live animal today.
Yeah, a little bit. So I decided to bring on something I found at an antique shop. Taxidermy red belly piranha. And actually, when I saw this guy, I'm like, that'd be really cool to talk about because there are a lot of misconceptions about them. So anyone that's lived in the early 2000s or not to go that far back, but like 90s has seen cartoons. And if you've ever seen jungle cartoons, sometimes you'll see stuff like crocodiles, snakes, and piranhas. And typically when you see a piranha in those cartoons, what are they doing? They're in the water trying to eat somebody, or like there's a bunch of them, they're circling around you.
I think that was a whole movie actually called
There
Piranha.
was a movie called Piranha, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Well, I don't know about those piranhas though. I don't know if those ones are real, but these guys are really real. This one's a pretty good adult one. It's a little skinnier, obviously, because they had to dry it out for the taxidermy. But they're usually a little thicker. They have a lot more vibrant reds and grays to them. But they don't actually maul people. That is I learned that at a young age when I was watching River Monsters with Jeremy Wade, and that fascinated me when I was like, really? They don't eat people? And so I looked into it more. These guys will eat insects, smaller fish. They're a little more like scavengers though, so they'll find like a dead body in the water and they'll eat that. They'll eat some plants supposedly too. I don't know what kinds of plants, but honestly, I wouldn't think I don't think they'd skip on it because these teeth, they're perfect for cutting anything. I mean, if you look at all those, I think they got around 20 to 30 teeth in there. They're just razor sharp, good for cutting into flesh, roots, anything kind of like that. a lot of people that have been bit would say, oh no, you're wrong. I'm like, well, most of the people that haven't been bit would wiggle their finger in a tank, and when you do that, it looks like a worm, and they're like, oh, that's a good little snack, so they'll go up and bite it. They're really cool little dudes though, because they'll travel in their little packs or their little, there's a better word for it, but their little groups or schools. There we go. For the marine biologist, get on me. They'll travel in their schools, and there'll be around 15 to 20 of them per school. They're going to get around 8 to 10 inches.
A feeding frenzy.
Yeah, feeding frenzy. Yeah, feeding frenzy. There you go. And when they travel in these groups, they'll be more attracted to like blood in the water, so that might be why they come towards people that are in the water. If you have an open scab or something, it will attract them, they'll come near you, and that might actually get them to bite you, but if you have no cuts or anything, then you're completely safe.
I assume we're pretty safe in Michigan too.
Oh yeah, these guys
where can we find these guys?
Oh, they're down in South America, so super far away. Don't know if they're in Central America, but they're in like the Amazon rivers and whatnot, swimming around there. Up here, we don't have anything like that. We have pike, that's the most scariest one. Down there, they'll actually make nests for their mates, and they'll do these little domes almost in the sand where they'll have their breeding areas where they'll spawn their babies, and the next group of piranhas will come around.
Well, I wanted to ask you too, you said, how is Creature Cabin going?
Creature Cabin is going great. We actually have 3 shows next week. We have, I forgot the name of the elementary school. I feel really bad. I apologize. It's actually the first time I've ever heard of this.
Well, you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, I have a lot. I believe it's Superior Central is one. We're doing a spider show for them. We have the Alternative High School. We will be doing a full-on creature show for them. And then Moosewood actually will have us be doing a show next week on the 20th on exotic animals. And then we're going to go into our little segments where we'll do amphibians, reptiles. We'll have the blue spot salamander one coming up. I hope all Upers will be there for that, because that is a very big event for the UP.
Absolutely. Easton, I think that's all the time we have, my friend. Thank you as always for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with your final look at weather.
Audit every dime of state spending. We'll cut millions in waste to balance the budget and completely eliminate the state income tax. 4747. Career politicians can't do that. This conservative business outsider can.
I'm Tony DeCopel from a region at war tonight.
To tell the story, you have to be there.
I'm Tony, I work for CBS. How do you avoid this becoming a death trap? This war only seems to be accelerating.
The CBS Evening News with Tony DeCopel.
Mason Gooding Ghost Method.
Every time they would call cut, I would pull a bucket, vomit. But it works for the character because he's been stabbed so many times.
Then this mom moves us all to tears.
This legacy is for her.
Plus,
Take your everyday wear from day to night
on J-Hood.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
Through thick and thin, DAV's been there for me and my family.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Corporal O'Reilly goes by many names.
Big Daddy O'Reilly. I'm Walter O'Radar. No, I'm Walter O'Reilly.
But to us, he'll always be...
Radar! 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 That's me.
MASH, weekdays and Sundays at 7.
I'll audit every dime of state spending. We'll cut millions in waste to balance the budget and completely eliminate the state income tax. 4747. Career politicians can't do that. This conservative business outsider can.
And a final check of your forecast as we regroup from that snow and we get some more of that, not tomorrow, we get a little bit of a break. Right now we're looking good. We have a pretty nice evening setting up, shouldn't have too many issues. And most of the day tomorrow will be good, but then at 11 p.m. a winter storm watch will kick into gear and it'll last through your Friday evening. Tomorrow we'll see those temperatures into the mid to upper 20s. Make sure to come right back here later tonight for the latest update on your forecast.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, as Marquette's Presque Isle salamander migration is just around the corner, the Superior Watershed Partnership is reminding the community to address proper awareness during the process. Beginning Sunday, March 15th, Peter White Drive will close from 8 p.m. till 8 a.m. to allow for the blue-spotted salamanders to cross into their spawning habitats. In its years of popularity, high amounts of human interaction have led to disruptions in some natural migration behaviors. This includes reports of salamanders turning around after exposure to bright lights from flash photography, abandoning their migration attempt. The SWP says using flashlights to avoid the salamanders is a safe precaution, but to refrain from shining lights directly on them. We'll hear more from the Superior Watershed Partnership next week following the start of the spring migration. And that's all we have for right now, everyone. We'll have more for you tonight at 11:10 Central. See you then.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now. The FBI advising